back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you a book review of the book Geronimo Stilton Return of the Vampire. So let's get to it. So basically, what happens in this book is that you must have read many storybooks of Geronimo Stilton. So there, the name of Creepella von Cacklefur you must have heard. So if you haven't, let me explain you in brief. So she's an enchanting and mysterious mouse, and she has a pet bat whose name is Bitterwing, and she also has some special effects because she by night she becomes a special effects designer and director of scary films, and by day she studies to become a journalist. So yes, this is very weird and odd. So I hope you enjoy reading this book along with me. So yes, so now I'm going to be giving you the review of the main character who's in this book, that is Franco Frangli. So basically, this mouse named Franco Frangli is a vampire, and this whole storybook is just about it. So, yes, so let me tell you his bio and all his profile. So, over here you can see that he lives in Castle Marinra, which is located in the foot of Vampire Peak, where all the vampires live. And his profession is vampire taster of tomato juice. So he is a taster of tomato juice, and all that is mentioned about his appearance, unusual habit, wardrobe, and all that. So here you can read all that. Let's move to the next. So next is I'm gonna start the story without wasting any time and without giving you any detail or anything about the characters. So yes, the main characters are Crupella, this Franco Frangli, and others will also come, and I'm gonna tell you that. So let's start. So what happens in the story is this vampire girl named Crupella is actually sleeping in her that castle, which is situated in Mysterious Valley, with all her relatives like Billy, Bowie, Bonham, Madame Latom, Boris Van Cacklefur, Chef, Snip and Sam, Grandma, Shiv, and all that, all of her relatives. But suddenly, what happens is there's a knock at her door, and all her relatives and all of them, just suddenly wakes and cries that who could it be, and they all get very excited, as vampires actually get very excited when they hear something unusual and all that. So it was actually midnight, and it was very unusual of someone, very weird that someone was coming to their house, their castle at that hour. So Creepella says that who could it be at this hour. So they all go to the door, and Creepella opens it, and they see a vampire. And he wore a black cape with an enormous collar, and he had sharp fangs. And there was no doubt that he is a vampire. But he turned out to be Grandpa Frankenstein's friend. Grandpa Frankenstein's friend. So Grandpa Frankenstein is actually Creepella's grandfather. So they all meet and greet together. And when he asks him what's the matter, he tells that he needs the Cacklefur family's help. So his castle has been infested by some troublesome monsters and ghosts, and he's afraid he'll have to move out because of them. So it's up to Creepella and her family and friends to help this vampire save this home. There's a very, very mysterious twist here, and that twist is that this ghost is not at all real, and he is actually a mouse. Actually, not a mouse, a very mean mouse who, from very, very before wanted to steal and have this Franco's castle. So now, when they ask him that why did you want this, why did you do this, and why do you want this castle, he replies that I wanted to own this Franco's castle because it's the only place in whole Glumeria. So Glumeria is the name of the place where they live, where it is always snowy, and winter season is always there. Sun never comes over here. So I thought of opening a place, an agency where people would come and enjoy winter season, and do skiing, snowboarding, and tubing and all that. So yes, and that was a very mean thing done by this rodent. So that was the real purpose of this mouse, and it was so mean by him because every time he used to go to this Franco and scare him. So yes, that was the end of the book review, and hope you enjoyed.